Character Prologue, Zan Khan, the Persian immortal warrior. In the ancient lands where the empires of Persia and Turkey wove their histories together, a warrior was born of dual heritage. Zan Khan, son of a Persian general and a Turkish noblewoman, bore the strength and pride of both lineages. His father was no ordinary man. He was a general in the Persian immortal army, a figure whose victories were etched into the annals of time and whose name inspired both fear and reverence. From his earliest days, Zan knew his path was set. He would follow in his father's footsteps and rise as an immortal warrior, a title earned through blood, sweat, and unyielding determination. Yet greatness is not simply inherited, it must be forged. Zan's youth unfolded beneath the towering shadow of his father's achievements. Every swing of his sword, every arrow he knocked, was measured against the legend of the general. Driven by this, Zan trained relentlessly day and night until his hands bled and his muscles ached. He mastered the blade, his strikes swift and precise, but it was with the bow that he truly shone. Riding his legendary warhorse Rahad, a black muscular stallion fully clad in dark armor. A vision of power and grace, Rahad was a marvel to behold. At full gallop, with the wind roaring past, Zan could loose 10 arrows in succession, each striking its target dead center with bullseye accuracy. Warriors and onlookers alike marveled at his skill, yet the whispers persisted. He is his father's son, but will he ever surpass him? The strings of fate, however, had greater plans for Zan. When the voids tore open across Midgard, the land trembled under their dark influence. These rifts birthed abominations, creatures of twisted flesh and malice that defied the natural order. The Persian immortal army, under Zan's father's command, was summoned to confront this new threat. Zan witnessed a void opening firsthand, unleashing swarms of void creatures that tested even the mightiest warriors. The Immortal Legion charged into battle, their blades flashing in the eerie light of the void. The void creatures surged forward in a relentless tide, their forms twisted and monstrous, clawing and shrieking as they attacked. The warriors fought with grim determination, their training and discipline holding against the onslaught. Zan watched from a distance, his heart pounding with a mix of fear and awe. He had never seen such horrors nor witnessed his father in battle. The general's commands rang out steady and unwavering, guiding his men through the chaos. After a grueling struggle, the last of the void creatures fell, their bodies dissolving into wisps of shadow. Yet the void itself remained, a gaping wound in reality, pulsing with malevolent energy. Zan's father turned to his men, his face etched with resolve. "Bring forth the Void Hunter," he commanded. From the ranks, a figure stepped forward, cloaked in robes of deep indigo. The Void Hunter's eyes glowed with an otherworldly purple light, shimmering with void energy, and in his hands he held a magical bow that seemed to hum with power. He began to chant, his voice low and resonant, weaving words of ancient magic that echoed across the battlefield. The air around him crackled with energy, and the bow glowed brighter with each syllable. As the chant reached its crescendo, the Void Hunter drew back the bowstring, an arrow of pure light forming in his grasp. With a final thunderous word, he released the arrow, and it streaked through the air, striking the void. The rift shuddered, its edges fraying as the magical energy tore at its fabric. With a deafening roar, the void collapsed in on itself, sealing shut. The Legion erupted in cheers, but Zan's eyes were fixed on the magical bow. He could feel its power, even from where he stood, and he knew that this was no ordinary weapon. For Zan, this was no mere spectacle. It was a revelation. The voids were his calling, his chance to step beyond his father's legacy and etch his own mark upon the world. Later, in the quiet aftermath of the battle, Zan's father approached him. The general's face was weary, but there was a glint of pride in his eyes. "Zan," he said, his voice soft yet firm, "the time has come for you to take up the mantle." From his side, he unslung the magical bow, the very same one the Void Hunter had wielded, its surface still warm from the strike that closed the void. This is a magical bow found in ancient ruins of the past. Its energy can focus your incantations to close the voids, and it will serve you well in the trials to come. Zan took it with trembling hands, feeling the weight of its history and the responsibility it carried. "Father, I will not fail you." His father placed a hand on his shoulder, a rare gesture of affection. "The voids are your destiny now, and with this bow you will forge your own path. Clad in dark blue armor with bronze features, Zan Khan rode forth across Midgard's scarred plains. His horse thundered beneath him, while the magical bow rested ready at his side. The voids loomed ahead, their abominations clawing at the world he swore to protect. With every arrow he fired, every rift he closed, Zan carved his name into history. He would cleanse Midgard of this scourge, not as a shadow of his father, but as a warrior in his own right, a Persian immortal whose legend would endure. For Zan Khan, the journey had just begun, and the world would soon know his name. That concludes Lords of Midgard, Legend of Zan Khan. Thanks for listening. Until next time, take care.